You go ahead.
Speaking about songs and personal, can you talk about Outlaws of Love?
Yeah, Outlaws of Love, yeah.
What kind of release did you get writing a song like that? And I also want to know the production team, how did they feel about the song like that as well? Did you get a lot of support from the video?
Definitely a lot. I mean, the coolest thing about this whole album is like from the ground up, I got 100% support. I didn't deal with a lot of the age-old stories of like, oh, my label's oppressing me or telling me no. It was none of that. It was very open and very supportive. And when we wrote Outlaws of Love, I just wanted to write something about the struggle the LGBT community goes through. You know, there's marriage equality that we're dealing with right now in my country. There's, the bullying that kids are dealing with. There's just the general ignorance. Some of the religious opposition to the gay and lesbian movement. I just wanted to write something about how it feels to be part of that, to be somebody that's like, look, I'm being outlawed, I'm being stopped because of who I'm choosing to love. And it just seems wrong to me. I mean, it's love. It's a beautiful thing. Love is this amazing thing that myself, I've had the joy of finding this last year and a half. I'm in a great relationship right now. It's something that I had been looking for so long. And now that I find love, it's like that's the very thing that I'm being told is wrong. It's sad, and that's Outlaws of Love is about that sadness.
Did you suffer from bullying yourself?
I didn't really go through a ton of bullying. My experience has been pretty good. I think on a broader level, I think after American Idol and becoming in the public eye, I think then I've dealt with probably more hate and bullying than I had to deal with before I was famous. But yeah, it's interesting. I see what kids go through. I hear stories of what kids are going through nowadays, and parents sometimes don't accept their children for who they are. And I had a good experience. My parents are really cool. And being in the arts throughout my whole life, I've kind of had a pretty easy time. But I think that's good. I think what that allows me to do is lend a certain amount of comfort and kind of give the message of, it's not that big of a deal, it doesn't really matter, chill out, That's what I'm trying, that's my goal is to try to kind of get people past it. But in that process, in order to get people past it, we do have to hit it dead on, Can't avoid it.
About Outlaws of Love, it's like a song dedicated to your boyfriend. I just wanted to know if you wrote another song for him on Trespassing also?
Outlaws of Love was not written for my boyfriend, no. Outlaws of Love is for the community.
Okay.
That's what we were just saying. It's about the struggle, But there are some songs that I did write for my boyfriend.
Oh, that's
nice. Yeah, there's a song called Nirvana that's on the bonus edition that's definitely written about him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was interested by the fact that you became an executive producer for this album. Also, you wrote more. And what was important for you in that, decision to be more in control?
Well, it's my name on the cover of the CD, and it's my picture. So I feel like, if that's going to be a representation of who I am as an artist and as a person, I really want it to be a true representation of that.
But does it mean that you are able to make more decisions?
Definitely. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the executive producer role basically means I was in the creative driver's seat. I was at the head of the table, creatively. And definitely, I worked with a great team, and I have a record label that has ideas as well. But everything was discussed. It was all a team effort, and I got final veto power on everything. You know what I mean?
Nice to have.
Yeah. So if there was something that I just didn't want to do, I didn't do it. And yeah, it was good. It was really good. And there were some collaborators on the album that I definitely sought out, that were my idea. And then there were people that were brought to me by the label, which I'm very thankful for. People like Pharrell Williams, thank you, RCA. And yeah, it was a good experience. I mean, I got to get involved in, like I said, writing most of the music on the album. I got to co-write, helped create the imagery.
Okay.
I worked with a photographer and graphic artist, friends of mine. We did that together. Yeah.
So it's different.
Talk about Pharrell Williams. What about Bruno Mars?
Amazing. Yeah, Bruno. I heard the song. That was another idea from the label. I heard the demo, and I loved it. I thought it was beautiful. The melody is unbelievable. I love the lyric. I love that it's, we've heard the idea of that song before, but the way that it's written is so poetic, actually. It's really, really elegant, the way it's worded. And so, yeah, we recorded it actually a couple different times, and then finally we brought in Dr. Luke as the producer, who I love. And he turned it into what it is now, which is this amazing dance jam. So I'm really thankful for that. Yeah, it was great to be able to work with Bruno. I'm a huge fan. He's such a good writer, such a good singer.
Who's got the last question?
Okay, about the idea that you told us earlier about the album that is divided between the light and darkness you have. Are you considering yourself more as a good boy or bad boy then?
Oh, I'm both. I'm both. Yeah, I mean, light and dark isn't necessarily good and bad. And that's that's another statement within the album, is that it's not so black and white. It's not good and evil. It's light and dark. I mean, it's, you know, you're either thinking positively one day or you're being hard on yourself, you know? There are some times where I'm totally a bad boy, yeah. But I'm a bad boy with good intentions. You know, I'm a rebel with a smile.
One last one. Sorry.
Your album debuted at #1.
Yeah.
You're heading over to Europe now with Queen, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I kind of want to know about your state of mind right now. And as far as dreams come true goes, that's pretty high.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So how
yeah.
do you go higher from that, and what's going on in your mind right now?
It's actually kind of cool that I have the Queen thing to go work on, because I think I've been so obsessed with this project, with Trespassing, for the past year and a half, it'll kind of get my mind away from it for a second, which might be a nice break. Yeah, I think it'll be a nice challenge artistically to go and kind of be singing music that I didn't write for a minute again, and to basically be on stage with legends and to just try to make them happy. You know, I'm there as their guest, so you know, I do believe in good manners, and I was raised well, and I intend to go in there with the utmost respect, and also to the Queen fans that are there that loved Freddie Mercury as much as I did. You know, the idea is to pay homage to his memory and to try to sing these songs the way he intended them to be sung, not in a mimicking fashion, not to imitate. You know, of course, people are going to draw comparisons, but the idea is just to sing great music. So, yeah.
How do you keep your hair so perfect every day?
Hairsprays and my friend.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. Move along.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank
Round a
you.
little later. Thank you. Thank you very much for your time. Merci
Thanks,
beaucoup.
guys.
No.